Hello, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time. So, we were just about to take on the next dungeon, which is the large whale fishy thing in front of us. So, in order to get him to open up, this is why we needed to grab a fish in the last video. Yep, you're going with the fish, Link. Surprise! So, this is inside Jabu-jabu's belly. So, this dungeon can be a little bit confusing if if you're not entirely sure where to go. I'll show you the easiest way to get through here. These things are shabombs. If you try to cut it, it'll bounce off your blade. If you run into them, they hurt you. The easiest way to deal with them is the Deku nuts. So this is another instance where I pointed out earlier that Deku nuts are very valuable. And there's a room later on where they make the room very, very easy. Okay. And then these are beeries. They're jellyfish. They electrify you, so yeah, just try to stay away from them. We won't be able to defeat or kill any of them until later on in the dungeon, because we do need the dungeon item in order to do that. Our slingshot doesn't work. If they run into you, they'll shock you and then disappear. So this is Princess Ruto. So apparently she's saying that she didn't leave a letter in a bottle, so she doesn't know what's going on. So she's trying to send me home right now, and then she'll walk away. And this creates a mechanic for this dungeon that is just slightly less annoying than escort missions, just because the AI on a lot of escort missions is annoying. But she's telling us it's fine. We can leave. She's been coming in here for as long as she can remember. But things seem a little bit weird now. So, yeah, we're going to fix that. So she's still telling me just go home. And now that she knows that we're that worried about her, we can carry her. But she won't leave until we find the thing she came in here for. So, yeah, we get to carry her around like a vase over our head. And we go like this. Jump into the water. Don't hit that switch right away. Throw her up there and then deal with these things. So these are stingers. You basically just walk over them to get in the air. Shoot it. Shoot it a second time. And they're done. So you do have to wait a moment until they're done wobbling around and they're red. So that's all the enemies. Got a Skulltula. And we're gonna raise the water levels, so. Keep climbing up here. Some pots with some goodies and a fairy, which we don't really need right now. We're full health. We do have one fairy. And our other two bottles, well, I could have captured it, I guess, because I dropped the fish. But this dungeon isn't generally so worrisome that you would need to worry about carrying a couple of fairies. Alright, we'll just go around. These guys will start getting in our way, though. Oh, go. So yeah, we have to bring Ruto everywhere we go. It's not the end of the world. And if you do leave her behind somewhere, or she falls in a pool of water, or whatever the case may be, she will reset back to where she originally fell. So then you have to go back and go find her. She gets upset when you leave her behind, but she gets over it, sits back down, and you continue on your merry little way. So now we're back at the first area that we came into. This is the big room where we met her. So there's a whole bunch of holes. You want to avoid them. There's only 2 of them that you need to go down. The one that she fell down, and then that one in the corner there. That's covered by that green slimy thing. And where we're going to go first is over this way. And, oh, come on. There we go. So yeah, part of the way that they make sure that you're doing this correctly is some of the switches you won't be able to press down by yourself. So you need Ruto's extra weight to push it down. We'll come in here, and there's a whole bunch of stingers. Oh, missed it. Oh, wander too far from him. Okay, we're gonna do it this way. Oh, he went to go dive bomb me. And we get our reward. So we now have the boomerang. So this is the item that we've needed to collect a lot of different things. This is the item that we will use to defeat a lot of the enemies in here. So I'm going to set that over the bottle, because there's no point in here that you need the ocarina, so don't worry about having that ready and available. So we've defeated that room. Gonna go back to this room. So just like with the Armos in Dodongo's Cavern, if you notice, this one's colored blue, so that means you need to leave Ruto there. Now we have a parasitic tentacle question mark. So this tail thing, pretty straightforward. When you hit it, it'll recoil. You need to get close enough that the boomerang will hit it, but you don't want to stay too close and wind up having it hit you. And pretty easy peasy. If you're getting used to how far away you can be, that one can be a little bit tricky, but just like anything else, with a little bit of practice, you'll get past it very quickly. So we now have the dungeon map. Always a useful item. And yeah, so that's her scorning us for leaving her behind. And now Navi's just making a note that once we've beaten the tails, the ones that are blocking doors, as we defeat them, they'll go away. So this is the room where Deku Nuts are incredibly useful. Done. You get quite a long timer if you run around and try to just hit them with your shield or sword. It will take a lot longer. You'll take a lot of damage, so just use your Deku Nuts. Nice and simple. And of course, now the compass. So we've gotten the 3 major items from this dungeon, so we can just go on our merry little way. Oh yeah. So those things are called tail Pisarons. And yeah, the only way to beat them is either let it run into you and shock you and it disappears, or you can use your boomerang to defeat them. but they generally aren't an issue. They don't move overly quick, so going around them's not difficult at all. Okay. Got the next one. And done and done. So this one's not going to give us anything. It's just going to unlock the middle room now for us. And this room's going to be just a touch more difficult, just because if you notice, it's green, just like the one that's blocking where we need to go. But not really that much more difficult. You're just trying to get the berries. Yeah, if you try and contend with them while you're dealing with the tail, it will make this room much more difficult. Come on. One more? Oh, I missed him. How did you miss him? You were locked on. There we go. So now, the hole that we need to drop down should be free. This way. So yeah, if you notice, like I said, with the tail Pisarons, you can defeat them, but I've been running past them this whole time. Didn't get touched once, so they're not really a huge concern. Not that one. I'm going to drop down here. We're going to set Rudo down. Don't throw her. And in this room, for some reason, we have 2 Skulltulas available. I'm not sure why they designed it that way, but we'll collect both of them. Oh, here he didn't. So, yeah, just hit him with your boomerang, and that resolves those really quickly. And we'll keep moving along. So, there's the spiritual stone that we're after. That's what she's been looking for. Throw me up there. So, yeah, we're going to throw her up there. She gets the "you got an item" sound. So yeah, like, so now she's getting all demanding and go, take me home now, I've got what I need. Of course, just like any good RPG, it's not going to be that simple. And then we get a big Octorok, so this is not an overly difficult enemy, it is a little bit annoying. And I am going to pop out for Deku Sticks. So the direction that you need to run is against the direction that this platform is spinning. And you gotta try and stay as close as you can, obviously without getting hurt, because this thing does move pretty quickly. Once you can lock on, you hit him with the boomerang, one jump attack with your Deku Sticks, and he is done. If you do struggle to stay close to that platform, or you take too long to get to him, he may burrow into the ground, and then he'll pop back up behind you, and he'll start moving in the opposite direction. So he can be a bit of a challenge if you're not prepared, or just not great, like I said, at staying close to the platform. Oh, so just one fairy. Oh darn, not the end of the world. Pretty sure I'll need that, so. So when you come in here, just to make your job much easier, go right down here right away. And deal with that Octorok, because he can make this room a little bit annoying if you just leave him be. Oh. That worked out nicely. And we'll stun these two guys, so that we can use them as platforms. And this little chunk of land is going to come down to where we first came in again. Nothing abused. Now, the reason that we needed to bring that little island down is because we got to take one of these crates because we don't have Rudo anymore. And we have a switch that requires something to be left on it, so let's just set that down. And we have a room full of berries. Okay. In theory, you could leave these guys alone for the most part, but they will... Again, it's one of those things that could get annoying while you're trying to do other things. So. Got a Skulltula. Now, I want to show something off that I haven't been able to show off yet about the map. A little feature that it does have. This is the first dungeon we've been able to show this off. When you've collected all of the Skulltulas in a location, you will get a little token beside the name, so that you know that you're done. So yeah, I haven't shown it off because this is the first location where we've been able to collect all of them, so... We hit that thing. And now we move on to the boss. So I will make a note that this boss is a relative difficulty spike from the last two. It will not be nearly as quick. So this is the Bioelectric Anemone Baronade. So, he's got a couple phases that you got to get through. They are pretty straightforward. Little light beams that he gives off, those show where he's going to shock. So, you stay clear of them. Shouldn't have too much issue. Then he'll open up. So that's your chance to do as much damage as you can. He will start spinning just like this. All of those jellyfish are kind of like a barrier for him, so you've just got to try and get between them to stun him. He also moves really quick, so don't generally stand still at any point. And when they go down, start picking them off. And it'll make it easier to hit him next time. Okay, so once you've defeated all of them, he's completely exposed and he will move very quickly. So you just need to stun him, one jump attack, and then he'll bury like that. When he's buried in the ground, you cannot do any damage to him. Oh, yep, that was my fault. And if you stay relatively close, you can hit him right away with the boomerang. If he starts to wander off, he'll get out of range of it really easily. That is probably the easiest I have beat this boss ever. But as you saw, there was a couple mechanics to this boss, so yeah, again, he is a relative difficulty spike from the last two. She's mad. What took you so long? You're useless. Really? I'm the whole reason that you got the little object you desired. Uh, Plonk. So we fall in the water. You looked cool. Cooler than I thought you would anyway. Just a little. Well, anyway, you saved me, so I guess I'll reward you. What do you wish? Just tell me. Nothing really. Like, I mean, it was just fun. No, I want that spiritual stone. That's why I'm here. You mean the spiritual stone of water, the Zora's Sapphire, don't you? My mother gave it to me and said I should give it only to the man who will be my husband. You might call it the Zora's engagement ring. Alright. I'll give you my most precious possession, Zora's Sapphire. So we've obtained Zora's Sapphire. Her most precious possession? You don't know what she's talking about, but you finally collected all 3 spiritual stones. Go back to see Princess Zelda. So, yeah. Spoiler alert, we're gonna have a couple things to do before we go do that. Alrighty. So, before you wander off, especially if you're trying to collect your Skulltulas as you go, you are going to want to make it nighttime, because this is another Skulltula that can very easily be forgotten. Come on, get up on the log. And of course, again, I covered over the object that I needed. So, got this. And there we go. So, how many are we at now? According to this, I should be 28? 29. Which one did I collect out of turn? Oh, probably the one at Lake Hylia, so that's probably noted later on. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll figure that all out. So, I'm gonna cut the episode here so that we don't have a very, very, very long one, just like we had with Dodongo's Cavern. So, when we come back, we will do a little bit of side questing that will get us some more gold Skulltulas, and we will likely start, at the very least, start the magic bean side task. So, yeah, when we come back, we will do that. But thank you so much for coming and checking the video out. If you did like it, please drop a like. If you really liked it, don't forget to subscribe so you can get updates as the videos release. And until the next one, thank you, and all the best.